sports. It's in the game. Welcome to Madden NFL 24. Let's customize your experience and set a few options. These can be changed anytime from settings.
Run it back, run it back. Run it back, run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted, want it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That. Shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking off.
Accessibility settings.
Anybody can hold me.
Accessibility settings.
Baby, I'm my own hype, man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it, ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the runs. Run it back when I told it right.
Accessibility settings. There are multiple ways to pass the ball in Madden. Try them all out here and pick. This disables skill-based passing and uses the classic Madden passing controls. This enables control over the placement of the pass within a target area with precise control over pass. This will enable a timing component for guaranteed accuracy on bullet passes. And this enables control over the placement of a pass within this disables skill-based passing and uses the classic Madden passing controls.
Oh yes, like that. I told him I'd be right back. Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Double that. Run it back. 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 Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with expired tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact. Run it back, 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 run it back. Run it back. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Miami Dolphins. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Miami. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Ready.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Tua now on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Tua. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down after a very nice game. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Durham Smythe taking it in. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if they stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 overall pick coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Goff. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Alex Anzalone able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down.
48-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. And
St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun, Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They're looking sharp out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Goff. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after one. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. 3rd down and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield. Here's Hill on the return. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Robbie Chosen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it in a double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
On play action, here's Tua. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's into the hands of Chosen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Escaping the pressure right. There he goes again. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. 39 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Hill to return it. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Forced out to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
And he'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before break here. Goff. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with a Dolphin. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Here's Raymond bringing it out, and he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. St. Brown motioning left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Goff. His throw incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Goff. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here's Tua. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but Marvin Jones! And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 3rd and 2. Goff. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Patterson's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them that allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Tua, rolling to his right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after us.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Lions 3.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Offside. Defense.
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
On first down, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Again, Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. There he goes left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a give to Mostert running right. Broken tackle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
32-yard line.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. On second down, Mostert. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Well, not one you see often there, as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed